Welcome to 1.7 Part B. On Monday, when you have a quick check, your quick check on 1.7 will actually be coming from 1.7a. So I highly recommend that you go back over all your different geometric situations. If you know how to do all the problems on these class notes, you will be all set for your quick check on Monday. But we are going to talk about applications to economics. We're going to talk about applications to chemistry and some mixing of acidic solutions and a little bit more money problems. And what you'll see is I've starred all of the even numbers. That's because from here on out, an odd number is an example, and I give you a solution kind of written out. And then the even ones are you try. So here's what I'd like you to do. I believe you learn best by doing, especially when it comes to word problems. You need to struggle to try and make sense of it yourself first. So what I'd like you to do right now is please pause the video, read through the example and my sketched out solution, right? That's typed up for you, and try all of the even problems, the you tries on your own. Then after you've done all of them, come back, keep watching. If you, for instance, number 12 is kind of a sneaky one. Work on it. Do the best you can. If you're not sure what the answer is, if you're not sure which job is actually the more attractive offer, then unpause after you finish the rest, right? Skip 12, go on to read through 13, try 14. Read through 15, try 16. Read through 17, try 18. After you've attempted all of these, then please come back and finish watching this video. What I'm going to do right now is just show you all of the solutions, so that way you can skip ahead in the video and decide which of these you want or need to hear me talk about. So pause and work on them right now. I mean it. Okay, so assuming you have paused, here are the solutions. So for number 10, you should have gotten her original salary was $45,161. If you didn't get that, stay tuned. We'll talk through 9 and 10, compound interest. For number 12, if number 11 made perfect sense to you, but the number 12 you were like, that's because it was a bit more involved. Also, there was a typo. Hopefully you saw that. That should have been $35,000, not $35. But the solution here was, well, after you sell $250,000, you're actually going to make the exact same amount of money regardless of the job. So which job is more attractive? I think the first one's more attractive, because if you sell less than $250,000, you're going to start off with more money, right? Because your base salary is higher. For number 14, right? You should have gotten that Dr. pH level would need 40 liters of the 20% acidic solution and 60 liters of the 35% acidic solution to mix to make her 100 liters of a 29% acidic solution or acid solution. Again, if you didn't get that or you struggled with this, stick around. We'll talk through it. Number 16, Lada should have invested $3,000 in the 3% bond and $12,000 in the 5% bond. Again, if you didn't get that, stick around. We'll talk through them. And last but not least, let me move my picture real fast. Number 18, Vroom. Should they build this more expensive new model of a motorbike? And I said no, because they would need to sell 10,000 bikes in order to break even, right? They'll only start making a profit after they sell 10,000, but there are only 5,000 people who are committed to buying it. So I'd say no, that's not a good business investment. Don't build the more expensive ones. So if all of that made sense to you, you have my blessing to peace out, start working on the homework. Otherwise, let's go back and talk about these one at a time. So starting with 9 and 10. Numbers 9 and number 10 really are compound interest problems. Let me move this back down over here. So if Nita Rays, do you love my funny names? Nita Rays receives a salary increase of 3% each year for 5 years. This is compound interest because, let's do a simple example. Let's say she made $10,000 one year. 3% of $10,000 is going to be $300, right? So her salary the next year would be $10,300. Well, then she's going to get a 3% raise on the $10,300. 3% of $10,300 is not just $300. It's $300 and a little bit more, because she's also going to earn 3% on that $300 that she originally got. And so again, with compound interest, you are going to be multiplying 1.03. Why 1? That stands for 100% of her salary, plus the 3% raise, right? So 103% of her original salary, written as a decimal, 1.03. That's what you're seeing here. A is the future amount. P is called the principal, the original amount. 100% of her salary plus the R rate that she's getting is raised, all raised to the exponent of t time. So this one is definitely calculator heavy. In this one, suppose Nita received a salary increase of 4% each year, so R is 0.04. Time is 3 years. If her current salary is A, so that's the amount. What was her original salary 3 years ago? That would be P, the principal. So 50,800 equals P times 1 plus 0.04, all raised to the 3, right? 1 plus 0.04 is 1.04 raised to the 3. Divide both sides by that, and we get our principal. If you're still like, email me, come see me during my free periods, and I'll tell you more than you want to know about compound interest. But the way you know this is a compound interest problem is she's getting 3% each year. And that means she's getting 3% compounded, right, from the next year to the next year to the next year. It's not 3% of this fixed original salary only. It's increasing every year. So, number 11, right? Many sales jobs include a base salary plus a commission, which is a percentage of your sales. So think real estate. A lot of real estate agents might earn a base salary plus the more they sell, the more money they make. So in this example, it was comparing these two jobs, like job purple and job green. And so in job purple, you start off with a larger base salary, but you have a smaller commission. Green job, you earn more the more you sell. So the question is, at what sales level does the second job pay more? It'll pay more eventually because you're earning more, a higher percentage on the commission. So how much do you have to sell? Well, we figured out it was 200,000, right? Once you sell 200,000, these two jobs are even. So anything more than that, then you're going to start earning more because your commission percentage is higher. So number 12 was sneaky. So let's talk through number 12 in a little bit more detail. All right, so we're going to compare two job offers here. Job purple, $2,500 base salary plus 8% commission. Or job green with the typo, $35,000 is your base salary, but with only a 4% commission. And both commissions drop to 3% for all sales above $250,000. Now, what is this blue condition meaning? Okay, so let's think job purple. Let's say you sell $300,000 worth of real estate. So your X would be $300,000. You're going to earn 8% on the first $250,000 of that sales, because that's what you're guaranteed, right? So if you sell more than $250,000, you've got your base salary plus 8% of the first $250,000 of your sales, and then plus 3% of, well, they're not going to give you 3% of all $300,000, right? They already paid you 8% on the first 250, so instead they're going to pay you 3% on the rest of your sales, which in this case would be just 50,000 more. How did I get that? I did X minus 250,000. See that? So that's what we have. So really, job purple and job green are both piecewise defined functions, right? So Green, similarly, base salary plus commission for anything less than or equal to 250,000. Then once you sell more than that, base salary plus 4% on the first 250,000 of your sales plus 3% on the rest of your sales. Now, what's interesting about these two jobs is 8% of 250,000 is 20,000. 25,000 plus 20,000 is $45,000. $35,000 plus 4% of 250,000 is 10,000. That also is going to be $45,000. 3% of 250,000 is 7,500. So when you distribute this and when you distribute this, you're going to be subtracting 7,500. So at the end of the day, as soon as you sell more than $250,000, your salary will be $37,500 plus 3% of X, right, of however much you sell in both jobs. So both jobs pay the same after you sell more than $250,000. So which of these jobs is more attractive? Well, in my opinion, it'd be job green, simply because you will make more if you sell less because you'll have a larger starting salary, right? If you were to graph both of these, right, green line would be above purple line, right? And then because purple line has a steeper slope, they're going to meet right at the $250,000 mark, right? That's the break-even point for these two jobs, which is why at the $250,000, that's when they're going to drop your sales. All right, so that's number 12. 13, chemistry, mixing. When I teach this, I teach it as a system of equations, right? I let A be the amount of 20% acid solution and B is the amount of 45% acid solution. If she needs 80 liters, to me, that means A plus B is 80, right? So I like having two separate variables, at least to start. And then from there, you can quickly solve for either A or B, right? I chose to solve for B. Why not? 80 minus A. And also because that's what I did here, only I used X instead of A or whatnot. But yeah, if you need 80 liters of a 40% acidic solution, how much of each type? So then you're going to get the amount of acid equation, right? 20% of liquid A is pure acid. 45% of liquid B is pure acid. And I want that sum to equal 40% of the 80 liters, because 40% of my 80 liters I want to be pure acid. All right, so then it's just a matter of substitution. Put that in for B, get everything in terms of A, or in this case, get everything in terms of X. And we figure out that, yes, 16 liters of the 25% and 64 liters of the 45%. So using similar notation, I went ahead and did number 14. So let A be the amount of 20% acid liquid. Let B be the amount of liquid that contains 35% acid in it, right? If she needs 100 liters, A plus B should equal 100, so B is going to be 100 minus A. So what's the amount of pure acid? 20% of liquid A is pure acid, plus 35% of liquid B is pure acid. I want that pure acid amount to equal 29% of the 100 liters. Multiply, simplify, solve, work it out. I didn't use the calculator, so this is my chicken scratch here. A is 40. B should then be 60. If you have questions on that, email me, come see me. But hopefully that is sufficient. Again, pause if you need to and just stare at it. All right, since this video is going to run out in less than a minute, again, 16 is very similar, but it's with money. Come see me if you have questions. You can see my work. Pause the video if you need to. And then last but not least, vroom. Again, the break even, if you buy this more expensive, or if they make this more expensive bike, you need to sell 10,000, right? But again, they've only got 5,000 people willing to buy it. So I'd say no, they should not buy it. That's all I've got time for you for today.